Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're back at Surviving Mars. So where we left off, we decided we were going to start building right around this area here. Some new domes. We've got these two here, and that's fine and well, but we can probably do with some expansion. The reason these buildings aren't working is because they don't have enough specialized workers in those fields. So let's just go ahead and close off any shifts that are untaken. Okay, let's see what we got in our dome structure. We do have medium dome, which we could start with, maybe on the edge here. And that would put us in line with the workers. And then we could get a mega dome in this area later on. Let's go ahead and start with a medium dome. Right here. Let's get some life support put in. We'll put an extra moisture evaporator over on this side. And I think what we'll also do is we'll set up a large water storage here. Connect these to the dome so that any excess water we have from the fuel water production can go to the dome. So yes, let's get a large water tank. So we got that in the works. Let's get our piping down. And then also here. Now this rocket was done. Let's take a look at our world map real quick. Let's see if there's any places we can go. We don't have enough geologists for that. It looks like we're good on our missions. Now, we do have these blue icon missions, which are for different special recurring missions. But these tend to require a lot of resources. This one here we could probably do. We do have a lot of fuel production, and it would help increase the terraforming, which I think we were going to focus on in this round too. But for now, I think we're going to leave everything be and focus on building our new dome center. Let's get our power situation figured out. I do have an advanced Stirling generator. I'm going to put this here for now. And let's get board put down. We'll also need oxygen production. I think I'm also going to put my oxygen tank here. And let's put our oxygen producer here. I've got my little dino here with me again today. I'm excited to bring dinos to space. I mean, what's more fun than two of the scariest things combined? Space dinosaurs would be kind of terrifying. I'm gonna say it myself. Let's go ahead. We'll speed things up.
Sector scanned.
And let's get some more power producing things down. This is definitely not going to be enough to support the entire dome. We've got plenty of metal, so we're going to place down some solar panels. And my game is a little laggy today, so I'm sorry for the choppiness and frame rate. Let's also put down some accumulators. Look at them go. So this is getting built up now. I think for the spire, I want to do the arcology spire, which is the apartment building ones, which I thought we had already researched. But we haven't, it's still sitting here. So let's... Poor subsurface heater is never going to see the light of day. Okay, I'm going to increase the importance. Let's make it our top priority. We are outsourcing and everything. That's good. Okay, and our medium dome is complete. I'm just going to shut it off so that no one goes there. And we can plan some things out. Now the good thing about medium domes is you can have a spire. There's 3 places for small buildings here. And then plenty of spaces for buildings in the outer fringes. Since this is placed where it's at, we're going to put Megadome here. We're going to leave this corner empty so we can get a tube network in between the 2 domes. So I think that's something we'll keep in mind. Is this triangle will remain blank until we get our Megadome put down and connected. We definitely want to try and get this production put down. Let's see if that's within this, just out of range of the work commander, but if we put it here in this corner, we may be able to get away with it. But we want metal production to get underway, partially because our geologists just need okay, we can't, I remember now, we can't get deep deposits without researching a deep mining skill later on. So this one's mute, but we do have one right here. Right now they're too far away from the dome, so people won't go to work there, even though this one's here. I believe the hexagons have to overlap even slightly, and it's just barely out of our reach at that position. Okay, so maybe let's do a new plan. Instead of connecting this straight to the Megadome, let's have a minor dome, flatten this out here, have a minor dome here, where they connect, and then we can put Megadome next to the minor dome. But first things first, let's get our dozer. First we gotta do a landscaping flatten. First you gotta select flat terrain and paint the areas you want flattened. Okay, so we've got more shifts here where people aren't working. Let's just turn off that shift. I'm checking our scanning. We're doing deep scanning now in our trench to find some deep mineral deposits. Okay, now we can order our dozer to come work over here. Okay, our oxygen tanks are saying that they're not connected. And I wonder if it's... They are physically connected, so let me turn this dome on. This certainly is connected. Let's do this. Let's turn this one off. Let's get a second oxygen producer down. We'll put it on this side. Okay, it looks like this terrain is now flat. Alright, let's look at some minor domes here. And what I mean by that is these domes that don't really allow for spires. We're low on cement and metal now, so I'm going to go ahead and ramp up our cement production there. And we're going to get our transporter, and I believe up here there's quite a bit of metal deposits. Yeah. We'll have our transporter gather more resources to bring back to the colony. He's already got some on board. I remember we had him collecting polymers at the end. Whoops, I accidentally ordered him to drive there. Don't want that. So still it's saying it's not connected. I'm not sure what to do with this information. So I have that there, and this is literally directly in front of it. Maybe it wants me to build a different kind of network. The water tank is working though. So it's just the oxygen producers. are causing the problem. Okay, I'm going to rebuild our pipe. Maybe it's just a glitch in the game. Let's see if that fixes our problem. Just waiting on some little drone dudes to get over there. They fixed it, but this is still a problem. These are wasted resources if I have to delete these. Don't really have a choice. Let's get rid of the oxygen facilities. And our transporter stopped collecting. It still has some space, so let's just direct it to another metal deposit. Alright, let's try and figure out what's going on over here. Okay, all those are clear now. I'm going to put them in a different area, see if that helps. So let's go back. Get our tank down. Our storage tank. And our pipe. And let's see where this gets us. And the transporter's full, so let's bring it in to unload. And it's still saying that the piping isn't connected. I'm not quite understanding what's going on with our oxygen. Let's figure out what's going on with these other tanks, because these tanks did work. Oh, I see what's happening. I am mistaking this oxygen storage for an oxygen producer. This is the actual oxygen producer. Forgive me, I don't have a centralized brain and sometimes things don't connect.
Sector scanned.
Okay, so we got that down. Let's go ahead and get its upgrade put in. And the same with the moisture evaporator. Alright. So it also has polymers we need to drop off this transporter of ours. So let's order it to do that. Now let's find it some more metal to gather. So there is still some in this area, so we'll just bring it back up here. Let's set up some more scanning zones. We do have a lot of metal deposits around us, so let's get back to planting domes. As I was saying before, these don't have spires, and they don't provide as much comfort, I believe that's correct. So they do have some downsides, but the upside is we can place them in areas where we just need the domes to be close. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this down here. And that still gives us plenty of room for Mega Dome somewhere in this area. Then we'll get some life support connected to this dome. We'll get it connected to this water tank. And we'll get its own oxygen producer and a small oxygen. Okay, and that should do good. We don't have moisture evaporation. We searched, so we won't bother with that.
Resources are low.
Yeah, we definitely want to try and get this set up. Get our geologist to work. We need to set up power. Go here to the power. Place this down here. And I don't want to use that many resources for that one. So we're going to use solar panels. I know metal's low right now, but we'll be able to get it back relatively easily. And then a couple of accumulators. We may need to get some trading underway. Let's see what the other colonies are offering as far as resources go. So India wants to trade electronics parts, and we don't have enough. They're also wanting electronics parts. Okay, this we can do. They want food in exchange for metal, and they also want to get rid of cement. So this works for us. Unless I'm misreading this, these are always confusing to me. I don't know if we are sending or if they are sending us. And we definitely don't need food. We're gonna hold off on it, just because I don't want to make a bad decision and put more burden on our resources. Let's make sure our transporters getting these resources. We'll add that to its queue. And there's not a lot in the immediate vicinity. There is one over here, so we'll queue that one up. Oh, that's a decorative bit of meteor. Do love a good dust geyser. So we found a new anomaly.
Resources are low.
So let's go take a look. Let's get these loaded up. The new anomalies over here. So we'll get our research rover back over here to scan this. And once this is done with its set of tasks, we'll bring it in to drop off the metal. Looks like we are going to need a resource rocket, so let's order a supply. So something I don't understand about this game, you can only export rare metals, but I feel like Martian food would be a big source of income for colonies in the future. And then we'll bulk up on some of these. And I think I'll listen some of these to bolster. Okay, so this is the maximum amount of weight it can carry. We're not going to be able to get anything more than a drone. We'll just do that, just to max. Get, you know, the most for our money. Launch! Okay, and it'll be on the way here shortly. So these are waiting on the metal to come. This is also waiting on metal. This is producing at a pretty good rate. Let's... it is about halfway depleted, but that's within an acceptable range. We don't have to worry about it too much right now. It looks like our sponsor research boost, I mean our outsourcing boost had stopped, so let's fire out again. So that'll help with our research. Then we'll be able to get the big apartment building spire put into this dome, which will really help us because if I can get the spire in this dome, we can focus this dome on production maybe and not worry about putting housing in it. And then once this dome is completed, so we got a breakthrough from scanning that anomaly. And it's just a buildings require maintenance less often breakthrough. So I think that we'll definitely queue that up the next time one of these becomes available. One of our slots has been. So yeah, like we thought, this one's full. After that deposit, let's go unload. Call our research back to home base. Our little researched over. I'm gonna do a quick check. Let's see how the internet gods are favoring us today. Okay, so not too bad. We're at about a 15-second delay right now.
Sector scanned.
So there's our metals in that one. Once our rover gets here and deposits that 45 metal, that will be good. A lot of buildings are not working, they're needing metal for maintenance. Our cargo ship is here, let's get that down. Yeah, the drone load's gonna be heavy for a bit. Let's get our transporter back out into the field. We're definitely gonna need all the resources we can get. Okay, we'll leave the queue there, see how full it gets at that point. So our dome is built. Let's get our tubing put down. Get a passage put in here. And the unfortunate thing about these tubes is you can't really control which way they face in the beginning. You just kind of have to work with it. So it looks like we're going to plant our tube there. I see we have a new viewer. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're on the planet Mars today, just trying to get our colony set up. We've got our 2 domes here that we've already built. And we're trying to get 2 new domes set up, and specifically a production facility for this metal. Hopefully we'll get that soon. First we got to research our new dome spire, which is going to allow us to put a really tall apartment building in our medium dome. So we're just waiting on that, and it's 77% the way there, so we're doing good. This is waiting on concrete, so we'll get everything started again. Let's see what's not working. So we're running out of unspecialized workers because our facilities here are producing specialists. So as more specialists are produced, we are losing our non-specialized workers and our grocery stores and stuff, which is all well and good. Once our cargo rocket is ready for launch, we may go ahead and order another passenger rocket. I think we need to put down a rocket platform on this side, just because we don't have transportation for long ranges yet. So we'll put a landing pad over here, facing our main dome. Right there. So now our tube is connected. One thing we also need to do is build a ramp for our little rover friends to go over and do work. That way they don't have to go all the way around, and it gives them access to their full work area. Let's also see if we can get the production for this metal put down now. So yes, it is in the appropriate vicinity now. And we're going to place that there. Okay, let's look at some buildings that we do want to put down here. I think we'll put our grocery store and stuff, maybe a small garden in these, and then focus on large food production and maybe these fields, and maybe an outdoor farm here as well. And we do have prefabs for factories now, and I think we'll put our factories down in this dome area. Just because our metal is here, that'll allow us to produce our own advanced materials like machine parts and electronics, which are going to be important for more specialized buildings later on down the line, but also important for us to just be able to supply our own items for the colony.
Resources are low. Resources are low.
Okay, so right now, going through, these are the things we need to fill as of right now. That'll change, of course, once we get our production buildings back in line. And we're at 91% in our research right now. We're at as high a level as we can get with our research speed, so soon. Our transporter is still collecting, so that's good. All our facilities are still running as normal. Let's change this to only specialist working here. We do need to get power out here. So let's actually connect its power to the fuel power, because it always has enough. These are always filled to max. So it can definitely withstand a new
sector scanned.
Load. There was a lot of water in that deep scan. Well, queue up some new places. This is our home trench. Maybe in the future we'll expand out to the sides. We'll see how everything goes. I'm focusing over here because this is where our research buffs are. Okay, and we got our fancy apartment spire. So let's go in, queue up this one that allows less resources to be used for maintenance. And we're definitely going to push that to the top. We'll let this finish since it's just so close. Then we'll come back in. Okay. I want to wait until we have a little more resources before we begin building the dome. So we still have space on the transporter. I believe there was polymers and stuff over here. Yes. So let's have it load up the metals. And we'll wait and see if it fills up at that point. Okay, let's actually go ahead and put down our spire. So we've got that into place. That's going to save us a lot of space for other buildings. It offers 32 residents, and it only takes up the spire space. It gives you 8 more resident slots than the apartments, and the apartments do take up quite a bit of space. We're gonna turn this off for now, just so we're not constantly getting that message. So this is just gonna be waiting on concrete production. We will move on to this concrete deposit once this one is depleted. I think that's the closest nearby one. Yes. Okay. So we researched one of the terraforming buildings now. This is going to allow us to get an atmosphere. It burns fuel to make a increase in temperature. So that's one of the levels we need to get up in order to terraform Mars, which is the ultimate goal. So let's see what we want to queue up next. I think for real now, for real, we're gonna let the subsurface heater get researched. We've been trying to get that heater researched since the beginning of our settlement, and I've just been putting it off because we particularly don't need it, but it's a low research cost, and once we do research it, it'll allow us to access more stuff in the skill tree later on. Okay, our transport is filled up. Let's have it do a deposit. Alright, let's send one of these rockets back. Let's see what that terraforming building would cost to build. I don't think I want to plan it until these domes are fleshed out better. It's definitely a secondary priority. So this is the greenhouse gas factory. And it's not too resource consuming, but since metal and concrete are going to be in high demand for these buildings, I'm not going to go for that right just yet. Okay, so there goes the spire. Let's go ahead and plop stuff down. I think for living quarters, we are good. Let's definitely get education buildings put down. We'll put a school there. We'll get a Hawking Institute in this square. I think we'll leave it at the one university in the other domes. Yeah, that seems good. We'll get a playground down near the school. And then we'll put down maybe some gardens or stuff in these corners. Okay, let's look at services. We will place down our essential services first. So let's get down the infirmary. We'll get our security station. We'll leave things like the amusement park and stuff out. These are more for tourists. We're not focusing on that just yet. We'll get a full space bar. An open air gym. Yeah, we could get down a casino. That'll increase overall dome satisfaction. We can have a mini grocery store or a full-size one. I think we'll go with full-size just because of how many colonists this dome structure is going to support. And then we can place things like the art stores and stuff down here later on. We are not producing enough materials at this point for those facilities just yet. So let's get some decorations down. Let's get a large garden over here. Decorations are also important for colony satisfaction, so it's good to have plenty of space for those. Get a garden here next to the playground. We'll get a fountain. Small fountain. And then over here at the grocery store, let's do a large fountain. And I think that's good for now. Let's go into resource production. We're definitely going to need to get more food production. Let's get our tower in there. Let's also get a ranch. I think we'll focus the production buildings over here mainly. and this can be like a service dome. I don't think I want to do an outside ranch. We'll leave a space for a real soil farm over here. I think we're good as far as those go. Once metal production is underway at this facility, we'll place down our factories in here as well. So I think this is a good start, a good base. We'll just get those started now. Let's get our explorer back into action. So he's got those polymers dropped off. Let's get him back over here. We'll get him to finish up what we had started. And then I'll place him elsewhere. It looks like a lot of those resources are gone now. We're still got our few coup on our scan.
Sector scanned.
Let's get just a normal set of crops. We're also going to need to place down a food production storage at our new site. We'll place it down near the launch pad. And we'll get that underway. We are losing power somewhere. So which grid? Okay, yes, that's natural on this grid because it's only connected to solar panels, but we're making enough during the daytime on this grid to compensate for it. So it's not a necessity to worry about. Okay, our outsourcing's fixing to wane. So here in a few moments we'll come back and pay for some more outsourcing research. So I'm going to move this automated upgrade up to the top. Just that way we can stop micromanaging our poor rovers. They're smart enough to do their own job. They're old enough to have everything figured out. I don't know how to turn off our power grid view, so now it's just gonna be lit up. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Who needs a centralized brain? Food shortage? Since when? Where? Oh, a colonist actually moved over here already. Okay. I know what to do about this. So, here, we need to set this desired amount up. That way, the drones will automatically take resources over to it. So we've got this.
Crop failure reported.
That's good. Our geologist already moved over here. So they're really close to being able to work in their facility. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this specialist only. Yes. So now we've got a metal production.
colonists are starving.
No, they're not. The colonists are not starving. We've got food for them. What they need to do is build this grocery. I'm gonna set this to high priority, so that they'll focus taking the concrete over there. Okay, gotta micromanage our poor little rovers.
Research complete.
Oh, thank goodness. So we researched that breakthrough, which is going to reduce the amount of resources we need to maintain buildings. Oh my goodness, this is what we've been waiting for! Jet propulsion. That's going to allow us to transport things and colonists around the planet. So we definitely need to bring that up. So we'll put it just under the AI research. And I forgot, we also got to go outsource some of our research. Okay, that'll give us a nice boost. Okay, let's see if we can't find new metal. Maybe we'll look over here on this side where we haven't been around too much. Just for some extra resources. There is some here, so we're gonna send them over. All the way across the valley. Okay, good. This grocer is almost done. So now they're going to supply it with food. Our colonists won't be starving anymore. That'll be just fine. A lot of our buildings are going to say not working, just because we don't have anyone living over here yet. But we'll do... Let's go ahead and do a passenger rocket. Okay, let's see what it gave us. It gave us 6 non-specialized, 3 botanists, 2 engineer, 5 geologists, 2 scientists, 2 officers, and 2 medics. I think this is a pretty good balance. I'm not gonna mess with it. It sounds like a good set of people to have on board.
Resources are low. Resources are low.
Yes, resources are going to be low for a long time. How much does this produce? So that only does 2 metal per soul. So let's get the amplifier upgrade added to it. Oh, goal completed! We have unlocked a Megadome prefab. So that's what we've been waiting on. So now we've had 10 people who are born on Mars become specialists through our university. So they gave us just a free Megadome to celebrate that. So we can't really do anything inside the Megadome just because we are so low on materials for interior buildings. So that's definitely going to be a later project. We're going to upgrade this, of course, so we can get the maximum research available. Our passenger rocket's halfway here. We're doing good on resource production, other than the ones we're obviously low in because of our building requirements right now. we are okay on funding. Research is at its optimum. Okay, so we've got a meteor shower predicted to hit. I can't really see which area it's headed for yet at this point. Hopefully it won't be too close to the colony. So we've got these.
Resources are low.
We've got these being scanned. Once we stop deep scanning the valley, we'll deep scan these places we've already done on this side, and then we'll go back to scanning everything as a whole.
Resources are low.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick lag check. So we're doing good. Doing good on the lag. The internet I'm working with right now is a wireless internet service offered through a cellular company. So it can be spotty and it can be unbearably slow depending on how many people are working at home at the same time as me. Luckily right now,
Resources are low.
we're doing good. So let's just get a lay of the land here. Our passengers are ready. We'll get them here. And that'll really help us fill out these bills.
New colonists have arrived.
Okay, so we'll give them a minute to all get settled in to their new houses and jobs. On the Martian University side of things, I wish it would allow me to leave a certain amount of non-specialized individuals. Just because as long as you have it on, it will train all the non-specialized individuals into specialized roles. But we don't need specialists working in our casinos and stuff. And I'm just going to go through and make sure everyone's working in their specialization. Just because we've got a bunch of boost research to where people working in their specific fields get
Complete.
get boost in their morality. Or not morality, but their morale. Yes, our colonists become better people in the places they work. Okay. So we were able to research the AI for our rovers. No more micromanaging our poor children. Let's look at some other things we can get on our queue. Let's get our soil adaptation. Let's knock out some of these lesser cost research items. Okay, so now on the rovers, I believe there should be... Yes, we can turn on automated mode on our rovers now. And they will just go and they will do the work. With the exception of our drone. Now we see where the meteor impacts are. They are far enough away that we don't have to worry. But our drone commander is always going to be something we have to order around. Luckily, these other ones are set to automate. I don't know why they're not automating. Why is this guy not moving? Oh, I'm paused. That's why nobody's moving. Okay, so everything's going according to plan. Let me just continue to make sure everyone's working in specialized fields, that our non-specialized citizens are within their respected areas. Okay, and this is still waiting to be built, so with the exception of that building, I think we are all in the appropriate place. We still have two that don't have jobs. They're geologists. So let's open up a second shift at the extractor. And that should... yeah, there they go. They're filling up that queue. We've got one more person who's also a geologist. So they'll... yeah, there they go. So now we're producing almost 20 metal per day. That's a much better place to be in. So now we have a more sustainable resource extraction.
Anomaly analyzed.
Okay, so that anomaly gave us just a boost in our research. I'm just going to go through and any shifts that are vacant, make sure this is set to non-specialized citizens. And since this one's ready for takeoff, we don't really need ground. We're going to send it away. I'm going to go ahead and put down a universal storage depot right here, just so our drones don't have to go as far if they're doing maintenance and stuff on these domes. We'll queue up our next scan there. We may need to find a project to do with waste rocks, so let's do that, just so we can get rid of some of these waste rocks. And let's do that by making a rock formation. And if I click the bracket bar, I can change what it looks like. Let's do that. That looks neat. And so that will cause our drones and stuff to take waste rock over, and that'll empty up our waste rock piles. Ooh, a new anomaly has been found. And our research rover's already going to it. That's a beautiful sight. So which resources are they waiting on here? Okay, they're waiting on cement.
Are low.
We're also low on electronics parts, so we can actually get down our electronics prefab factory. I'll put it right here. Now this will take metal and turn it into electronic parts. So we just had an asteroid fly real close by to us. Didn't see where it impacted before the animation went away. Okay, so I got down this prefab, and You can also place down a machine parts factory.
Anomaly analyzed.
So let's get our machines parts factory placed right here. So that anomaly gave us a big boost in research that puts us really close to having our next research completed. So we completed a milestone. We've built our factories, therefore we got 30 engineer applicants, because engineers are the specialists that work in the factory.
Research complete.
And we've also researched our jets, which are going to allow us to transport things way more efficiently everywhere we go on the planet. So let's make sure these are set to specialist. This one too, it completed itself. And we've got goose there. Let's do rabbit and chicken. And I think instead of goose, let's do turkey. Get some meat production on our planet here. Let's go get a low costing research put in. Let's see, that's 2,000. That's 3,000. 2. So looks like everything's within the 2. So we'll just start with the first one available up here and work our way down in each of the rows. These breakthroughs, there's some of them I don't really want. I don't want Soylent Green in my colonies. Call me a radical, but I think that's not a great idea. But these ones are fine, and they'll boost overall happiness. So let's get some jets put down. Shuttle hub. We're going to put it over here near these facilities. I think I'll put it here, actually, next to our drone commander. Let's get this dude over. We got a research boost from that anomaly. So those anomalies are really helping us fly by. Let's get another passenger rocket. And this loadout, again, seems perfectly fine for me. We'll get that launched. Let's get a cargo rocket while we're at it. And load up on these resources that we are getting low in. Also just get us a boost on that cement. And then we'll just fill out the extra space with some drones. We may want to look into researching the research buffs that'll give us some more funds, because that did take quite a bit, quite a chunk out. What do you mean it's not working? Power.
Resources are low.
Oh, we definitely need to increase our power production. So let's, first things first, since this is an emergency, we're going to open this, because that'll immediately fill the energy need. But we need to get down a more sustainable solution. So let's increase its power production. We'll go ahead and get a second advanced Stirling generator put down. Ideally, you want them to be closed because they need to be repaired more often if they're open. Since we're getting 2 rockets, I'll go ahead and I'll send this one back, and we'll just keep one of our incoming rockets. We'll put our resource one down there and our applicant shuttle down here. Okay, so now that power is back up to normal, we can close this. I'm going to go ahead and call our research commander back, just because if he's out in the middle of nowhere, I don't know if he needs to be repaired, and it would be a hassle to get to him. So we're doing really good on metal production. Our polymer production can do with a little more pizzazz to it. We're only producing 2 polymers a day, which isn't great. Let's look real quick at our grid, get a new thing queued up. Okay, and we're waiting on electronics parts for certain things. So this one is the passenger rocket. So let's get them down into their new home.
Research complete.
So we've achieved a milestone, and they gave us 1,000 research for getting there first. We've got 100 colonists here on Mars. That was really great. I'm going to research topology AI. Just to get it out of here, and then we'll go with productivity tree.
New colonists have arrived.
The fireworks really are making my computer crash. My computer does not like those particle animations. So our material rocket is in orbit. Let's get that placed down. Okay, so that will help give us the boost we need. We're working on getting that power system put in place. We are slightly losing power here, even with that generator open. So it's going to be important that this gets complete. Oh, don't worry, they'll have fuel in a second. So now our shuttles are done. They'll transport both people and materials around. And right now we are rebuilt with 3. We can get 3 more. And as you can see, they're flying around. They're taking people around. And this is good for us because people will be able to live in domes that have housing space and travel for work. Okay, let's take a look at our jobless population right now. So it seems to be botanist. So there's definitely spaces for them. So we just need to give it a little more time to work out. For the AI of the colonist to figure out where they can go. I think we'll go ahead and put down an apartment building and this triangle dome just because we're getting low on apartment spaces and colonists get a buff if they live in the domes they work in. So it'll just be better all around. And it may help the AI find places to settle better. So since we're gonna have people living there, let's do some decor work. We'll wait for the food to be taken off of that. All of these are empty, so we can send that one away if we want, but I think we'll keep that one since it's our central rocket. We'll send this one back to Earth once it's emptied. So we're doing great on fuel production. Let's see what this is saying. So this one needs rare metals, so we're going to shut this off for now. We don't have a rare metal deposit near us. The closest one we can access is probably this one. But I'm not sure it'll function. But we will give it a try. Let's get our rare metals extractor. And it says it's too far from domes, but we have flying vehicles. So I'm going to get my drone commander over here. We're going to get down the universal deposit. And we're going to set up a little solar farm here. And then let's get a couple of batteries put in.
Sector scanned.
Okay, and it's saying our shuttle load is pretty heavy, so we can order more shuttles to be built after the autosave is completed. Okay. So we can do that by simply pressing construct a ship. And we will construct all three and get this up to max. That's good, the power's getting built. We're just waiting on machine parts. Okay, so we've got a story blurb here. Let's see what's going on. Another colony has announced some insane theory about mobile colonies and city Darwinism. The colony of USA plans to build a giant mobile colony which would slowly crawl towards resource sites, harvest them, and move them when they are depleted. Even crazier, they expect that others will follow their example, and in time, bigger colonies will assimilate the smaller ones. One thing is certain, such ambitious goal cannot be accomplished in the next few hundred years. So we have two options. We cannot access the third option. So the first one is, this is ridiculous, it just can't work. lose 40% nerd trait, gain 10 hippies. Or, this is the future, we will consider starting such a project. And it loses 40 hippie and gains 10 nerd. So really it's just going to be an allocation of traits. I think we'll do this is the future. Just because the traveling colony sounds badass. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go for those trading because they were offering food for the rare resources. Oh, that was so confusing. Luckily we didn't fall for the trap. Okay. I'm also going to do the amplification upgrade here. Okay, and let's see where these colonists are having problems filling jobs. So that's a geologist. Hopefully that'll work out soon. Again, botanist. But we actually do have... Okay, so this just changes our shifts. Let's go into our research. And I'm going to move soil adaptation. The top, our outsourcing's out, so let's get that back into play. And after one of these clears up, we will look for researching the Martian patents to give us a boost in revenue. And our passenger rocket's ready for takeoff. Let's just make sure it's empty. Okay, and then we'll send it away. So I'm waiting to see if they will fly over. If not, we can put down a microdome. And that may be what's required. We don't have enough polymers really to do it without another cargo rocket. But that's what's happening. So let's get just an absolute tiny dome over here. Just the smallest we can offer. So this one only requires metal and concrete. And this one requires polymer. I'm not going to use my mega dome over here. So triangle it is. Okay. And let's get that underway. Let's connect the power. We'll have it connected to the same line. Okay, so we're just waiting on more resources to be brought over. We'll get an apartment building down here, a grocery store, a botanist building, maybe. I don't think we want people to congregate here too much, so we're trying to keep our services low because we're working with limited space. But we don't want it to be so low that their sanity is in danger. Okay, so now let's get... Let's see. They're not near water, so we would need a moisture evaporator. Let's see what that is in the research tree. See if we have it unlocked yet. I don't see that we have moisture evaporator unlocked. It's probably still hidden within the skill trees. So moisture evaporators are out of the question. Now we get to decide how we're going to get water to this dome. Let me cue that up real quick over there. We can't access this water deposit. It's too deep. So we can't access this one, but it's the same length as from here to here, and maybe even a little further. So I could just run a long pipe all the way down, but that can cause problems for repairs and stuff later down the line. So let's get a supply pod and get prefabs. 2 prefab moisture evaporators. And that's the only thing we can carry. So we'll launch it. Plant our pod right here. And that'll give us what we need. But we can build our oxygen producer. So let's get that started. Since our power cable's over here, let's get it put down here. And an oxygen tank. And a pipe. And then we're going to need a power cable. Connect it to the dome power.
Research complete.
Okay, so we researched a new farm type. Let's also research utility crops. It's in the lower range and it'll give us different varieties of crops, which will increase morale over the colony. So we're looking good. Let's go ahead and get our farm put down. It's just an open air farm. It also increases the comfort of the dome. Or it will once we get that researched. So our pod is roughly halfway here. Let's decide which buildings are going in here while we're waiting. We'll need a housing unit. We'll do apartments. And then let's get just some basic services put in. We'll do small grocer. That can be in the center. And let's get in. Let's make sure we turn this off, just so that no one is allowed in. Drop our supply pod right there. And then, let's see. I don't want a full security tower for something that may not have a lot of residents in it. Let's get a gym. And then we'll get a garden over here. Okay. And once our supply pod lands, we'll get our moisture evaporators put in.
Resources are low.
Also set this to be destroyed. Okay. Back to our life support section and put down our prefab now. Sometimes, since the research is randomly generated, the placement of all the items on the chart are randomly generated. Sometimes you can get moisture evaporators within the first day of gameplay. Other times you have to wait till almost in-game in order to get it. So it's the luck of the draw, definitely.
Sector scanned.
Make sure that's connected to the power. And then we can turn this on now that everything's working. And we have the building's not working. This one will change as people move. I believe we already have some colonists on their way. Or we will in the future. That's what matters. Let's check out the crops on our new facility. So let's get potatoes and soybean queued up. Make sure this is set to specialist only. Okay, those are doing good. Now that'll force the geologist to move over here in order to fill this production slot. Let's see here. We've got a couple. Well, yeah, that geologist was already on his way. Yeah, we're filled up. Alright, so this has 2 geologists here. If there's any, we'll go ahead and shut this off. So, yeah. We're in a good place. Now that we'll have rare metals in production, I can turn this facility on. And they'll turn rare metals into electronic parts. I need to try and focus on our polymer factory just because it has such a low production rate. I don't really have a boost researched for it, so we can't go that route. No life support. What's going on? Dehydration. Who's where? Okay, we need a better energy solution. We need it fast. I don't have enough polymers for this. The best I can offer is that we place down some solar panels and just hope that they survive till the daylight comes, because my rocket is not going to get here in time. Okay, luckily they did survive, but we need
scientists are on the brink of dehydration.
Oh my! Oh no! Yeah, we definitely need to make sure these cells get filled up during the day. So let's get down some more solar panels. We want those energy cells to be rising. Rising quick. Take a look. I think we want double production to our daily demand, because let's say at max it requires around 40. We need around 40 at night as well. So it actually looks like they are storing up enough. The stored power is now triple that of what we need. So we're actually good. We're at proper production. I'm gonna watch these over the night cycle, and we may place down a few more just to make sure there's plenty of stored energy. For this group. So this is waiting on polymers. We are producing polymers. We just need to wait. This needs a polymer. I'm gonna have to order some cargo because the polymer situation's messing with our power grid. I'm just going to fill these resources out. Possible. Okay. Much as they're letting me. Because of the weight. Okay, the funding. We don't need to use all our funding. That's what's happening. So let's manage this. Let's get everything within the 60 range. That'll leave us with a little bit of cash. So,
Complete.
okay, go check this out. So the research amplification was completed. And now we're on to our lower level research branches. This is 2, these are 3, so let's get this. And we'll just try to speed through. And of course we need to go and set our research facilities to be amplified. So we're really just waiting on this cargo rocket to come in. The polymers are getting vital.
Sector scanned.
I think what we need to do is get a large engineer population, open this up. So let's look at passenger rockets. Let's send this one. We don't want to gather exports. So I know our funding is low, but I think Yeah, we may not have enough for that colonist boost. So I guess let's load up. And once it's done filling up with rare metals, we will send it back, get that money boost, and then we'll get a passenger rocket with mostly engineers. I think that's going to be the best course of action. A lot of buildings are not working. We get this one shut off until we can implement our plan. That one's because of maintenance. This one's because we don't have any security workers. Okay, so subsurface heater finally got to stay in the sunlight. It finally got researched. This gives a boost to the arcology building, so let's cut it. And we're almost there. A little bit more. Let's see. So this is producing about 2 rare metals a day. A little over 2. Autosave. Okay. So we're really needing engineers as a general anyway. Put this down. It's gonna be a big help. It's gonna take us a while to fill this up on rare metals. So maybe after the next item is researched, we'll actually research Mars funding.
The day claimed our last living founder.
You know,
End of an era for us all.
I thought our last founder died last week, but I guess not. Alright, rest in peace, dear friend. For real this time, probably, maybe not. The last founder is done. And gone. Okay, so drone load's heavy, 3 areas not working. That's fine, we'll get that sorted out here shortly. Okay, so we're on our way. We're doing just fine. I'm getting much better at taking care of humans. I've kept so many humans alive in our other game too. Drone load's gonna be heavy for a while just because of the logistics of unloading this rocket here. Everything's taken care of over here. I need to change this to specialist only. And then I can
Complete.
open these up. There were 2 workers there. Okay, so we finished the seed research. I'm going to move this money research all the way up to the top so we can get funding pulled in for a good sized passenger rocket to come down. Oh, our outsourcing is also low, but I don't think we have enough funding. Yeah, we don't have enough funding to justify trying to outsource. So
We've we've observed an unknown object on a rapid trajectory from Earth towards Mars.
Okay, so now it looks like we're finally getting into some story progress. We've observed an unknown object that is heading from Earth to Mars. We have contacted our partners back on Earth, but have so far received no insight on this mysterious object. Observations at this level suggest an artificial origin, but flight schedules indicate no inbound science mission. Pester those guys until you shake off some answers. We need to know what the heck they've thrown our way. So now we're into our mystery phase. Those are just messages about the terraforming portions we just unlocked. We don't need to heed those right now. Let's see what's going on here. So there's people with no specialization living in this dome that don't have work, but I've already unlocked all the places we can have them there, so they're just going to have to move to different domes. Or at least work in different domes. They're gonna have to commute. We can start growing seeds here, but since we haven't done any terraforming, we're not gonna bother with it. Alright, let's get this sent off. There it goes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. This is not going to load up with the rare metals as quickly as I was hoping. So we're definitely going to have to focus on increasing our funding through research efforts. Okay, it looks like the trading with China may have been helpful after all. Again, it's so confusing. The trade dialogue in this game is confusing for my little gilly brain. My poor, uncentralized brain.
Sector scanned.
So let's see what buildings aren't working and why. That needs officers. This is just too full of resources. Alright, let's see where we're at. So, Martian patents is going to be first. I think I'd rather have utility crops over topology. And then let's move the lesser value research items up. Okay.
Mission Controls received a direct communique from EsoCorp, one of Earth's largest tech conglomerates. It reads,
So he says it reads and then doesn't continue to speak anymore. Please be advised that object, whatever, will be operating within a respectful distance of your mission. You are not to approach object what's-its-face under any circumstances. under the threat of legal and other punitive measures. Nothing further was added, and no effort to even mimic adherence to standard protocol guidelines was made. Our Earth partners are giving their best to question ESOCorp and get to the bottom of this. Who do these guys think they are? I mean, do corporations really have rights on Mars at this point? I mean, so far all the laws only apply to Earth. Has there been decrees saying that Earth laws apply to Mars already? We have a rocket that just returned to Earth. This one's got some rare metal, but not enough. I think what I'm going to do I'm going to increase working shifts at the rare metal factory, and I'm going to close off a shift in the actual metal factory. That'll give us workers in these slots, and rare metals right now are far more beneficial to us. We've got a lot of normal level metals. Alright, let me do just a quick stream lag check. Okay, and we're still doing good. So we'll go for a full 3 hours. So it says that currently there are no officers, but this should be training officers. Let's see where no specialization medics. There shouldn't be any reason a medic is so we've got 2 full shifts there. We've got an open slot there. We have 1 open medic slot that they can go to. No specialization, medic, geologist, medic. Okay, so we do have more medics than slots. So what we'll do is I'll open a medic shift here. And then for our non-specialized workers, I just need to find one of these that I had a previously closed shift on and migrate them. Because I had a lot of these that were, yeah, just closed off. So that'll help us get to where we need to be so that nobody's jobless. Okay, and the job's already going down. What I really need is a lot of engineers. A lot of engineers would be great. Okay, so this brings our rare metals back. There goes our transporter, bringing in some goods.
Research complete.
Okay, we got a funding boost there. Let's load it up one more time. Bring it up. We'll let utility crops finish. Let's see what outsourcing cost us for the large group. Yeah, we still don't have enough. So hopefully, yeah, now we're definitely racking up the rare metals quicker. Once we get this sent to Earth, hopefully this will give us a large enough payoff that we can get a rocket filled with engineers on its way. Because I also need to increase our polymer production by adding working shifts here. I think I'm going to do that, and these graduates will hopefully fill in some of those slots. Let's see. One of them went out. Medic, medic, medic. All the workers are medics, so we'll open up this medic tower. We've got 3 open medic slots there, so there should be no reason a medic is unemployed. So those will fill up, hopefully here in a moment.
Object 6EZ3 has made impact on the surface, not too far from base. Our readings suggest it's intact and operational.
Okay, so far we can deduce it is only patrolling the area, as we can't detect sophisticated science instruments from the observation rate. The landing, however, has been seen by some of our colonists, and questions are being raised. Questions we really can't answer. Our Earth partners have so far fallen short from picking up on any new information, and are currently preparing to take the issue to the UN. Soon we may have to take things into our own hands. I mean, why haven't we? This is obviously a very questionable practice, just having a remote controlled vehicle floating around of unknown destination. What's to say this thing isn't hostile? The response was very hostile. You would tell me if you're hostile, right? Oh, here we go. You'd tell me if you were hostile, wouldn't you? I don't know. I'm looking in your face, and I don't know if you're trustworthy. Alright, I got my eye on you. You just stay where you're at. Let's queue up some more research over here. Says we're losing water somewhere. Let's figure out where that's at. It's this one, so that's an easy fix. We got the second moisture evaporator, just in case this was going to happen. I also forgot to put up a water storage facility. So we'll place this moisture evaporator here. Get our pipe. And get our storage container.
Research complete.
We've got our new types of crops researched. I'll just queue this one up because it's within our 3000 range. Okay, so that'll allow for better water production. Let's come over here. And we're going to change the crops on this one to include... Well, it looks like we just unlocked algae, which is an oxygen producer. But we don't really need an oxygen boost. And then than cover crops. But it increases soil quality. Soil quality is at 40%, so it could be better. So let's change soy to cover crops once this cycle is finished. If we change now, we'll totally lose the yield of this soy product. Waiting for autosave so I can look at my stats. Okay. Soybeans. So soybeans increase quality. Really, wheat and potatoes are where the quality is not benefited. So wheat does not put in or take quality. Potatoes take 10, and soybeans produce 10. So I think what we'll do one round of cover crops. That'll increase the soil quality significantly. And then we'll switch back to soybeans, and it'll maintain its quality between the potatoes and the soybeans. So it's saying this needs electricity. Just gotta get our little power cable put in right there. And then this will be producing. Okay, and that resolved our negative water balance up there. Building's not working, and it's our small grocer over there. Oh no! Oh, that was really close. That was not enough warning. Need your incoming hits immediately. What kind of wording is that? Speaking of which, what's this little troglodyte up to? I'm on to you. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna keep a pin in it. Research is going real sluggish. But hopefully we'll have this, with this boost in revenue, we'll have enough to increase our outsourcing and get engineers, along with this exporting goods. And we're almost filled up on the rare metals. So we'll get that sent off. After it lands on Earth, we'll receive the payment for it. And then our revenue should be within ranges to get everything done that needs to be done.
Sector scanned.
So everything is going fine so far. Workload's low on that. We have all of our robots in order. We're doing good on production there. We have one jobless citizen. No specialization. Let's open up some areas for them. So we opened up this one. They'll be able to move over there. Yep, and there they go. That'll Take care of that. We've got one more. Medic? You need to stop producing medics. We don't need medics. Stop giving me medics. I'm going to actively focus this group. You're training officers. First and foremost. Anyone who comes out of here is an officer. And then we'll switch to engineers. Let's find this medic a place to work. Okay, there's a space over here. He can fill it. Oh no.
Just snapped.
So we had a colonist had a mental break. He has critically low sanity and he needs to go to a healthcare building. So let's see where he's at. So it's the building here that gave him low sanity. And it seems like he has to work out of the dome, and that's what's increasing his unhappiness. By the way, can we just appreciate that his traits were loner and sexy? Like, why is that important? Okay, China will discover a planetary anomaly. Okay, I didn't know there was a new one. We can send people there. We have enough ready. Let's get Trust ready to go over there. And we're just gonna go take a gander. Like you, what are you doing? But you're taking a gander at a lot of things. Sneaky little spy. We're on to you. We don't know what you're spying on, or why it's important that we keep secrets, but we're on to you. Okay, so we just had a bunch of people, no jobs. Medic, botanist, okay, it's the botanist. It's because they're in the rocket, they're not in a job. So that'll go back down. Let's also go over to... Yeah, this hospital has plenty of space too. Okay, so we've got a breakthrough. Autonomous hubs no longer require power or maintenance. That's a pretty big deal. We'll get it into place. Looks like we also researched the Martian patents. I'm going to focus on outsourcing. Okay, we have enough. So let's get that. Okay. Once our rocket returns, I'm going to send it off to Earth. We'll have enough rare metals at that point. We have enough right now. We have 33 and we needed 30. So we're going to send it off. Okay, here they are, back into town. Okay, so now we just need to wait for these to fill up. So we've got one person who says they're jobless, and it's a botanist. Let's see. Yeah, there's plenty of botanist positions open. The soy's almost done here, so we'll put down cover crops. Second. Are you producing officers? Please. Please. We need officers. There we go. We got someone into security. Okay, let's see. Productivity training was complete. I'm going to queue up another round of funding. We'll leave it at the bottom there. Let's see how this rocket's going. It's ready to go. So let's send it off. Once the payload comes in, we will get our researchers. Our engineers, I mean. We're doing good on extraction over there.
Scanned.
By the way, I wonder what he's doing up here. I'm going to clear out all of our scans, and we're just going to scan anything over here that dude may be peeping at. We're gonna peep at what he's peeping at. Yeah, we're doing good. How's our dude doing? Let's find him. No, was it him? Was it him? Nope. Yeah, this was him. Okay, so his sanity is increasing. So that's good. Sanity breakdown. No! Okay. After suffering the breakdown, the victim ran into the hatch of the dome, quickly put on a spacesuit, and hijacked a rover. Show me the enemy, Important Joe, and I'll bring it fury. Clearly, so this is a completely different person. Ayan Bakshi wants you to name a target. Okay, so we can get her to attack a building. We can get her to attack a dome. We can try to calm her down. If we had the psychologist perk, we could tell her. Okay, so we told her, hey, take a moment. And she said, why won't you look at me, Important Joe? Why do you deny me? The poor soul sits quietly sobbing. So the person no longer attempts to resist. When you open the rover's hatch, hours later, the colonist is feeling much better, yet ashamed. So this dome is dangerous for our colonist, and we need a medical facility. So unfortunately, we're going to get rid of this garden. Okay, and we're going to put in an infirmary. We'll put it right there at the door, so as they're coming in, they can get the help they need. Because that's what's happening. Working outside the dome is giving them negative mood effects. We can put in several smaller gardens here, so that's what we're going to do, just because they raise overall morale. And we're going to do it one more time for the small one. We're just going to fill it up. And I think that'll greatly help the poor colonist in here. I'm gonna go back here. And we're going to go back to auto. Our rocket's almost to Earth. Our peppy little peeper over there is still doing his thing. Our colonists are good, our resources are doing okay. Obviously, we need more polymer production. We need a lot more engineers into the fields. So hopefully we'll be able to access engineers. Once this rocket lands, we'll get a payout. See how much they give us for all that rare metal.
Funding received. Research complete.
So they gave us $750. That's fine. So let's queue up our next research. Soylent Green is forever off the table. We don't eat our friends, alive or dead. So I can get the small Stirling generators or a drone assembler facility. Let's get funding. I know that's a little bulky, but we really need the money right now. So let's see about our rocket. Okay, so this one has a lot of engineers. I'm going to go through and get rid of botanist just because that's not as needed. We can always use more scientists. We need officers. Let's see what filters we got going. So we don't have any filters, there's just they just don't want to give me officers. So I can find one in here. That over. Let's lessen some of these no specializations in favor of officers. I do like the number of engineers they're giving us on this one. We can also get so I think we'll go with this. Oh. There's more! There's more Peeping Peepers! What happened? There's 2 of them! They're multiplying! Stop! Oh no, there's another one! There's so many! What is this? They're building an army! They're building an army! Somebody do something! There's too many! There's too many weirdos! They're just sitting there, multiplying, and judging us. Violently. No, what just happened? Okay. Okay, we just got a power issue. I'm gonna build a generator over here. The only option. But like seriously, not cool, guys. There's another! There's more! How many more are there gonna get? So they have 2 over here, there's 2 over here. These ones are really the problem, because I just built a big old ramp for them to come down and say howdy. I don't know if I want to say howdy to them. They didn't come say howdy to me. Watching you. I'm watching all of you.
Resources are low.
Okay, we can't focus on them too much. We can't let them distract us from taking care of people. So we just need officers there. Yeah, we need officers there. We need a medic there. So that's just what's happening. Shortage of people. We'll fix it up. There's another one that freaking landed. Another freaking... We also need to use waste rock. We are filled up on waste rock. So I set that rocket to land. Let's get a rock formation over here.
Detect and monitor 4 more objects as they parachute down and make landfall. Every one of them bearing a resemblance to Object 6EZ3.
No duh, I've been telling you that for a while. Okay, ESOCorp is totally silent about the second batch of what are believed to be some sort of surveying rovers. More colonists have witnessed the landings and are openly concerned. I'm concerned at what they perceive as an invasion. Calm the general public down. We need answers. No, we need to take action. I'm gonna say it. At this point,
Guests have arrived.
taking action would probably be the best course of action. If they're not gonna talk, then we'll just put the rovers in a little ditch. We'll just put them right here, in the place where they can't get out,
Research complete.
until they do start talking to us. Let's see. Let's get the small generator researched. I don't know what to do. They could be new friends, but they're not being very friendly. A remote-controlled vehicle, property of ESO. No more sending metals off. We need to focus on production. We need those rare metals for production. So they've stopped dropping.
Resources are low.
It looks like we need to get down another rock formation. We'll just leave it to the standard, put it right there. So they're just kind of moving back and forth. They're not stealing resources or anything.
ESOCorp stopped giving us the silent treatment, but it's clear from their message they're not going to answer our questions.
They propose a deal. We fix one of their malfunctioning rovers, and they provide a generous, as they put it, funding injection. Their legal team has also warned that any mission should be strictly for repairs, and further inspections of the vehicle will be taken as an illegal act. In other words, if we wish, we can send drones to fix the rover, but nothing that can evaluate its purpose, like a rover, and we will be paid for the effort. Effects: malfunctioning ESOCorp rovers can now be repaired by drones. We're not going to repair them. I am definitely going to find you. You can stay broken. You're not talking, we're not fixing. That's how it be. You want my service? You gotta be friendly. We only help out space friends here. We don't help space meanies.
Research complete.
Okay, we'll get drone assembler in our queue next. So let's look and see the kinds of things that we've unlocked further down the skill trees. So that stuff will happen later on in terraforming. Let's see. This will allow for new crops in the farms and stuff. Dome water consumption down. Workshop. Scanning. What does this do? Medical center upgrade. So that could be good. Hanging garden spire. Nice, nice. Resilient architecture. Outside dome buildings require maintenance less often, so that would be beneficial. That's a rare metal extractor increase, shuttle speed increase. The scrubber tower spire, or scrubber tower, emits pulses which reduce the dust accumulated on buildings in its range. So it automatically just scrubs things. Can extract deep water deposits. Behavioral shaping does a sanatorium, treats colonists to remove flaws. That would be a good investment. Martian resilience, festivals, creativity workshop, and a funding. So I think we're good with the paths we have for now.
Resources are low.
We have 4 people. Engineers, no specializations, that need places to work. So let's take a moment to pause. And we'll go through. There are places for engineers to work in. They just gotta go there. This resident building is filled up. And so is that one. So let's build another apartment complex in here. Right there. And I think that'll help us with some of our issues. Let's also open this casino that'll allow non-specialized workers to move into those slots. I think we'll just sit here, let all of these crash and burn. Unless Isocorp wants to be our friend and talk to us like a civilized adult. Everything's going good. Wonder. Yeah, we can't get rid of it. It's only repair. I wonder if the story just won't progress if we choose to ignore them. That would be sad, because now I'm just gonna have a bunch of these dudes roaming around, back and forth. Okay, this rocket says it's ready for takeoff. We're going to keep it because it's our only rocket on the planet right now.
Scanned.
So a new anomaly was found. Our little research rover is going to go over there. If it can. And it can't. And I'm not really interested in opening up this area. For obvious reasons. But also, there's the meteors going around.
Resources are low.
And I don't want it to get damaged. So we're producing 8 polymers a day now, which is good, but it could be better. I'm going to go ahead and open up a third shift. And we're going to shoot for maximizing polymer production. Okay, this is all in the works. We'll leave it where it's at. And we'll just keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep living our lives. As if there's not a million unannounced rovers chilling on our surface, not talking to us. So we're doing good on normal metal production. We've got like full metal stocks. And something finally depleted its deposit, and it was our cement factory. So let's go ahead. We're going to get rid of this. Now, the colony is still connected to these energy productions, so we're going to leave those there. And we're going to set down our next cement factory over here. I just gotta find where its building is. Here it is. So we'll put it there. We'll get some power.
Research complete.
Wait for that one more time. Okay. And we'll get down battery. And we'll put down a dumping pile. And I believe it's, yeah, it is just outside our drone commanders. So what I'm going to do is over here, we're going to place down its own drone hub. It's probably what's needed anyway. So we'll put it there. Get a drone hub put in, and then we'll move our commander to the new place. I wonder, can I get my research rover to go scan one of these other rovers? I know they're like, we'll see, blah blah blah, but no, it'll just travel. It's not gonna scan. So no, you just stay there. Okay, now we'll move the drone commander over here. And we'll get the universal storage here. I think that is still, yeah, that's within range of the drone commander. Or that drone hub there. And then our commander will be able to pull resources. Here it goes. We'll be able to pull resources from that universal to build the new concrete. And our little drone workers will be able to operate the building. Auto saving. Come on, autosave. Thank you. Okay. So that's underway. Nothing's changing on our visitor front. Okay, let's see here. I am the devil, and I have a proposal you might find intriguing. The bizarre statement comes from a rather unremarkable colonist with a mischievous smile on his face. I want you to have something nice. Here's the menu. No need to worry about the cost, okay? So there's several options that are blacked out because we don't have those captain types selected. It says, I'll play your game, let's see what you have to offer. Let's not buy into it just because everything has a price for humans. And when they say it doesn't have a price, they're usually lying. Just from my personal experience, and from what Ham's told me. Okay, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're so quick to throw it away. He nods in disapproval, then leaves your office. Strangely, the cameras outside pick up no trace of him, and later check through the colony and finds no trace of him. Good, we don't need to be making deals with ghosts. The only thing worse about making a bad deal with a human is making a bad deal with a ghost. So I think I'm going to open up. We're not producing electronics very fast, so this deposit of rare metals can be sent back for some funding boost. We'll go back into our research and fund out our resourcing. And then once this loads up, we'll send it out.
Sector scanned.
Get some money. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. These drones are particularly swarming around rare metal deposits. So I think it's just a typical human corporation here to pick up rare uh, metals and get a monopoly on it. Business shenanigans going on. My game froze up a little. There we go. And once this is filled up, we'll get it out and on its way. We're not producing a lot of officers. For some reason, the university doesn't like to bring out officers. Let's see. We've got people with no specialization needing a job. So let's make sure our slots are open. Pause the game for a second. Okay, we do have spaces for them open in certain areas, but they don't want to travel there because of work reasons. I'll just open up every shift and we'll see what sticks. Okay, now our concrete extractor is going. We'll also do its upgrade.
Research complete.
Okay, we got some funding boosting from that Martian patent. I think I'll put it back in the cycle. And let's see if there's anything just amazing. I'm really liking the dusters. We can really start focusing on terraforming too. Okay, let's get our factories researched. That way we can build normal size factories in our megadome. And I think what we'll do for the last part of this stream, let's place down our megadome. We've got a prefab here. We do need to flatten the terrain there. So let's do some terraforming. Just some quick terraforming. And we're going to flatten all of this. And our rover is coming over here to doze all of this. So we'll get this flattened. Get our dome into position. So that's done. Let's look at our dome now. I'm not sure. Oh, it's our our dozer is blocking the way. Let's get him moved. Okay. So this is good. I'm not going to worry with connecting the tubes because this factory is going to be too much in the way. And it's not going to be within range of that research icon like I was hoping, but it is a good place. So we're going to place this here. And then I believe we'll reach a milestone once this is completed being built. But it's a little far away. We also need to put down our own drone hub over here. So we want there to be some overlap, but not too much. So let's put this here. Move this guy over a little so that they'll start building these items. And then once they go up, I think that would be a good place to end our stream. That'll get all of our Megadome, and it'll be getting our concrete extractor. And then in the next game, we'll definitely focus on filling out the domes and our terraforming efforts. This ship is ready for takeoff. Let's land it. And our Megadome is slowly building up. Oh, had an impact over there. So slowly but surely. There goes the sun. Or maybe that's Mars's moon. I don't know, can we look at the sky? I've never tried to look up. Yeah, we can't really look up. Okay, and our Megadome is up. Okay, and sure enough, we got special research for having the dome. So we're going to turn this dome off. We're not going to allow anyone in or out. Just until we can get the life support situation figured out. We need to order some moisture evaporators, especially. So I think that's a good place to leave it here for today. Next time we'll be focusing on doing the terraforming efforts. But that's good for today. Well, it was fun, everyone, today. We got a lot done. We survived Mars again. And I hope we'll see you next time as well. So until then, have fun, space friends!